One viewer asked if I could visit Hill 362A, and it was convenient because when he did ask, I was actually on the island and I was able to do just that. As you'll notice on these videos of these caves, not just the ones at Hill 362A, but the other ones that you'll see in the next video, it's a common occurrence that they'll be either roped off, or if they're not roped off, there'll be a rope going through them so that way they can guide you in and out. But it's also very common to see a pile of artifacts just sitting out on the ground in front of it. And that's just because when they started their dig, they probably didn't finish, and then they had to leave the island and just haven't come back. So unfortunately for them, they couldn't see a lot more, but it's great for us because we can actually see the artifacts. Deadly artillery and mortar fire greeted the Marines as they moved forward. But by the day's end, the crest was firmly in American hands. The cost had been high, 224 killed and wounded, but Hill 362A was an objective that could not be bypassed. During the following day, the entire hill was overrun and the neighboring Nishi Ridge, just to the north, was captured.
We're going to go into this cave right down here and check that out, and then we're going to go into this cave over here and check that out, and then head up to the top of the hill. All right, so here's the first cave we're fixing to go into, and this is it. So we had promised, but then it's all good. There's one more that's right over here. So we're coming around the corner here to the other cave we saw. Careful because there's a lot of rocks and stuff that's not, it can't be seen because of the undergrowth. Wow, this one looks like a pretty good one to get into. So yes, here we go. Lights on. All right, here we go.
So you can tell by looking at these caves that they're really small in stature, and a lot of these ones around Hill 362A would be used to escape attacks. And I can see that because all these are so small and short and they go in and out of the hill that it would be just hard to keep track of where the enemy was. As I got out of this cave, it was pretty amazing to see that there's a lot of grass, of course, but if you look to your right, once I get the camera settled, there's another cave that's sitting right there. So we're going to go check that one out next.
All right, so we're at this other one just under Hill 362A. And there's no rope saying we can't go in, so it means we're going in, maybe. Not too far. Yeah. You can see there's nothing up in there to go in and see. It's all been caved in. So we're coming up the ravine here, just driving up along, and then we came across a cave right here, a cave right here. So you know what that means. We got to go check it out. That's what we're gonna go do. Definitely not been into in a long time. Had to create my own opening. Okay, all right. And Chris, it does what we thought it did. Yeah. Yeah, it just loops around.
So as you can see, this is one of the wings from the Globemaster that crashed on the other side, but we're going to walk around the mountain and slide down the other side to see the other caves.
All right, so this is pretty cool. We actually found like a lot of tunnels that are going around the edge of a 362A. Of course, they all look like they all come out around, but it looks like it would be really easy to evade capture if you had to, because of the way all these tunnels are shaped. And actually back over there, there's the tunnel circles around, goes black, and unfortunately I didn't bring my light down because I wasn't expecting to do all this. But it comes all the way around. Oh, no, it stops right here. That's really cool. Big block to sit right here. You sit right there, target practice all day long. Hence all the bullet holes on the outside of this cave. Amazing. And then got a little light here, so this will go in. Yeah, it comes out the other side. This is like perfect for us. That way we don't have to walk through all the gravel on the outside, the trees and the bushes. And see this one here? Drops down to about right there. Looks like it circles around down there, but might get stuck. So, no. Coming out of that side, I wonder if there's any more around this side. So I guess the only thing we can do is go check it out. All right, so looking up there, there's just shell casing, and it looks like a part of the igniter on a grenade right there. And this is on the side of the hill. So we're still on the back side of 32A or 362A. There's still some more caves. We're going to check these out too. Really, it doesn't look like anybody's been here in decades. So hopefully we can actually find something that's pretty interesting.
As we walked towards the entrance of this cave here, we came across a pile of what seemed to be just a bunch of trash. But once we started to move things around and see things in there, there was just a treasure trove of artifacts. You can see a Type 30 bayonet right there. There's cups, bottles, tools. There was actually a part of a Morse code machine. There's food canisters, water canisters, a shaving kit. It was just incredible to see everything just lying in the front. So what I believe happened was when they were cleaning these caves out, they just piled everything in the front and then just let it go. And these caves didn't look like there had been anybody in it for a long time, because there wasn't any footprints in them, and there was a good layer of dust on the floor of the caves. You can see that there's just stuff just laying everywhere. It blew our minds that it could just be sitting out in the weather like this. That's a piece of a helmet. Actually, there's a couple pieces of a helmet there. And just looking at this stuff laying there. All right, so we found a rusted out Tommy gun. This is actually a pretty amazing find, because there's only 3 horses on Iwo Jima at the time, and Baron Nishi, who was a 1932 Olympic gold medalist for jumping horses, was on the island. And we found, just a little assorted pottery, and this cup here was just so beautiful that we took all these items that we found and we gave them to the museum in order to preserve what was left of them. Found pens, shavers. It was just, it was literally a treasure trove of items there. Found, as we said, there was actually 2 of these Type 30 bayonets there, which was just incredible.
So on the way out, we stumbled across this hoard of goodies. We're going to take back, looks like a gun, and then another piece of a sword we're going to take back. And then I found another medical kit, it looks like. It had scissors and some needles and actually a 45 bullet shell in it. Interesting. So we're going to take those back and see if we can hand them off to the museum. See a helmet right there, that's a Japanese helmet. Another canteen, another food container, spring. It's amazing all this stuff is still out here.
So as you can see, this is what we brought out with us. We could only bring out a certain amount of things because we didn't have a backpack with us. But so as you can see, we brought out 2 Type 30 bayonets. That little piece above it is actually a scabbard of a broken one. We got the spur from possibly Baron Nishi, which would be amazing if it was. A beautiful little sake cup, a medical kit with some dental utensils in it, a shaver, a razor. This is just an amazing find, and I'm really surprised that it was still just sitting out there in front of the cave like it was. So coming up shortly will be actual pictures of the stuff separately so you can get a better view.